This light is a little too bright for my eyes right now. I do not know why. Anyways, let's get into it. Market analysis. I currently like how price action is developing on the lower time frames higher. Let's get our bias right now. I want to start off on the weekly with you guys, just so we can get a gauge of what happened last week. I already did my weekly analysis yesterday, but let's do it together. And Q has still not even gotten close to taking out all-time highs. However, yesterday we did end up, or last week we ended up validating this weekly imbalance, this weekly fair value gap right here. Ended up closing bullish, scaling down on the daily time frame. Validated daily equilibrium, obviously within that weekly fair value gap. Price action came down, swept out this liquidity right here, and then formed a new range that we are currently trading within. Our weekly draw on liquidity, obviously if we're bullish, is right up here, and then bearish for me would be somewhere within these lows, even here as well. But as of right now, we are bullish, continuing to the upside. So we're going to continue to see how price action wants to develop on the daily time frame. We also did have strong displacement right up here on this bullish candle right here, showcasing that yes, we are bullish. Scaling down to the 4-hour time frame. As of right now, today, market just opened right now. Price action on the 4-hour is within equilibrium. However, we do have this huge 4-hour bearish imbalance, but after sweeping out daily liquidity, I think we can continue to make the push to the upside on the hourly time frame. This is where it starts to look good. Price action just came down and took out this liquidity. However, we have yet to invalidate this bearish imbalance, as well as we did come up, sweep out this 4-hour liquidity, and did showcase an hourly market structure shift to the downside. So unless we've showcased something significant back to the upside on the 15-minute for that market structure shift, we are still bearish. In order to be bullish, we will need to see strong displacement above this 15-minute high. If we fail to see that, and in turn we see this wick sweep and push to the downside and displace below these lows, we could possibly continue to be bullish or bearish for the day, not making that bullish retracement, with our draw being this low right here. However, our bias today will be from bearish to bullish. From bearish to bullish. 43 minutes in, still no setups. Pause if you want to read everything on the screen. As of right now, we are doing absolutely nothing. As you can see in the time lapse, I was on my phone, texting the group chat. Nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. Right now, earlier price action came up, swept out this high on the 1-minute time frame, pushed to the downside, displaced lower, came up, retraced. We weren't looking to get an entry in. We were just looking to see how price action would react to this imbalance. Price action came up, traced, validated it, pushed to the downside, came down, swept out those 5-minute lows. Now, currently, these are our ranges. We're pushing to the upside on the 5-minute. It is solid in order to get us set up, but we need to break out of this overall range that we're within. It's too choppy and too messy in order for me to scale down and look for a trade entry. I want to see us displace with strength above either this 5-minute high or this overall 15-minute. If we can do that, we'll be bullish. But it is also Monday, no news. So volatility isn't really there. You know, it's gonna be slow. Why? I have no idea, bro. It's Monday. Everybody should be awake, excited to trade. I'm looking at the DOM. There's only a few hundred orders on the ES, which is actually decent. And there's literally like 10 orders on the ladder on NQ. Like, bro. So, probably going to be slow. May get a setup, may not, but we're not going to force anything, especially on a no news Monday. Preserve our capital, stay cash for the rest of the week, see what other opportunities are there, but we're going to continue to stay on the trust for around another 40 minutes. I want to see price action displays higher. Risk reward maybe a little bit lower. This is our bullish draw on liquidity. However, right now we are pushing above this bearish 1 hour imbalance. Just gonna keep waiting, see how price action continues to develop. And now we're retracing for this bearish 4 hour imbalance. So this price action is AIDS, it's gay, it's homosexual, homo sapien. It's a headache. So all we can do is watch and see how we react to that 4 hour imbalance, whether we liquidate to the downside, and if we do, get into shorts, and if we don't, I'm off the charts for the day. Little update, we're still bearish. We want to see a 1 minute imbalance form. We have a small 5 minute imbalance right here. But I still hate how price action's looking. Like there's no reason to trade. I'm over here looking at Crips in Miami. I put 4 bed, 4 bath. All they're recommending me is places that are 120K a month and renting up. We are not there yet, sir. And even if we were, that payment would be probably going toward a Pagani. Definitely cars. No way it's going to a crib. Anyways, we're just going for like traveling. I mean, if you're at that point, your parents are beyond retired. So, you know, it's subjective. Anyways, price action right now still pushed to the downside. Had the market structure shift lower. I don't want to say wait for this retracement and target here. Our low day is here. I want to target low day, but I don't know if we have enough volatility in the market to make that move. We may execute if we see this retracement into this 5 minute imbalance. Then I scale down on the 1 minute time frame. I'm just like, this is the worst price action I've seen. Like, this price action is the left undertone of my cheek. It's that bad. Like, there's nothing here. No inverse fair value gaps. No equilibrium. Well, here there was equilibrium, but no nothing at all besides that. Liquidity sweep. Damn. Where's our liquidity? Like, what the... How do I sweep? Where's our liquidity, man? Um, I'm gonna need to call my friend at Goldman Sachs. Tell him to move the market because this is tragic. New Patek. Well, we're not buying a. Well, we're not buying a Patek with this volume. Tragic. No Patek. No AP. No Richard Mille. No Rolex. No IWC. No Vacheron Constantin. No Frank Mueller. No. No nothing. No nothing. No not even Hublot. Not even a Hublot. That's how tragic this price action is. Practice is so bad. Now we just made that retracement for the 5-minute imbalance that is smaller than my. Okay. Let's see if we validate it. We low-key may validate it and push the downside. I just hate marking conditions right now. No trades for the day. 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 Bro, this is my target. Bro, I am my target audience, bro. I don't think that's a good thing. I should be trying to target outside of me, bro. I should be trying to target people that are more mature and older, like, bro. Or at least same age and more mature, like, bro. I'm a goober, bro. Okay, I take that back. As soon as I closed the chart, price action started to make the move I wanted to see it make. I seen it on trade 08. We are gonna de-risk for this one though because it's not past our trading time. We're supposed to be on for another 30 minutes, but I don't want to be on for another 30 minutes. Makes sense? Like, I don't want to stay on the chart. I'm bored for the day. So anyways, price action came up, swept this out, and execute with 5 micros on NQ at this 1 minute imbalance upon 5-minute close. Just right there. This is a very risky setup. Don't be taking trades like this past your trading time, or not past your trading time, when market is dead, per se. Limit set or target is not low of day, because I don't even think it will draw toward low of day. It's market open sweep. Still good trade. I'm just like, with all of this, it's a headache. If we had $1 million personal account, we would be risking $5,000. Yeah. Even better if we form a 5-minute imbalance that will be diddled to the downside. That'd be good. We'd want to see that. Let's see if it's SMT. No SMT. So that is the setup we're looking at right now. This is actually valid, but like I said, it's price action is so dead. I don't even know if we'll get the retracement in order to be able to take this trade. But we'll see. Worst case, we can execute the order block, target a 1 to something. I want to start the week off good. Come on, price action. And if price action just like shats the bed, I'm done for the day. Really am. Now I gotta put a time lapse again, because now we're somehow trading, because we're validating the bearish 4-hour imbalance. So yes, we did get filled. Now we're going to see what price action does. We want to validate this 5-minute imbalance. And if we do not do it, then we'll possibly liquidate or get liquidated. Yes, we are de-risked on this trade. That's why we only executed with 5 micros. We want to validate this 1-minute imbalance, although we formed a 5-minute change of character back to the upside in order to get our retracement. Stop loss is above liquidity sweep on the 1-minute time frame, but not overall liquidity sweep. Yeah, that's about it. I wish I had more to tell you guys. This is all we're doing. So we're gonna just see how price action was play out, because today is definitely a day. It's a oomph type of day, if you know what I mean. You know what? Maybe I just won't post a loss. I'm joking. I'm joking. We do have this 15-minute imbalance, fair value gap, but I don't know if I would still consider this valid, because we invalidated it, but we validated it. It's validly invalid. Oh my gosh, what was that? Somebody just screamed for help. It sounded like Diddy was getting to him. But yeah, my target is really all we can target. Market open liquidity sweep. Because price action is just diddling to the downside or to the upside, to be honest. It's just diddling. Just trying to see what it wants to do. Still, I like this moment in price action compared to here. This price action is horrible. We need to displace back to the downside, obviously, in order to continue to go to the downside. Well, that's yeah. You need to displace the downside in order to go down. And we don't want to displace back to the upside. Well, because then that means we'd be going up. But in all seriousness, yeah, I'll just type out my thought process throughout it, but it's pretty self-explanatory with this as of right now, just because we've seen this market structure shift back to the downside, validating this 4-hour imbalance and this 1 hour. But was that a temporary push to the downside or a continuation? That's a little tricky. That is like 50-50. We also, I just realized, we just failed to displace in the 15-minute prior. So we do have, we always have opposite confluence. That's why you take a trade, right? Risk management, and there's always risk. It's called risk management for a reason, right? Like you have a risk on the table. You have risk on the table. So you're not going to win every trade. That's risk management. You manage your risk and allocate a certain percentage toward each trade idea. So we didn't displace below this 15-minute low, unfortunately. If we can with this candle, that's good. If we can't, the next clip will probably be us being stopped out. Because yeah, if we displace lower, we're going lower. No duh. after 3 hours, finally, price action decided to do something, which was absolutely liquidate to the downside further than anticipated. So let's recap everything that happened. I went in, took a break, and came back, sat down, and price action just completely liquidated well past our take profit. Take profit was here. We ended up exiting around right here. Actually, exactly right there. So let's recap it, because this was a headache of a trade, but it was still a good trade nonetheless. That's why we took it. We did de-risk primarily because we got off the chart and ended up coming back to the chart. If we were already on the chart, we would have still probably de-risked anyways, because this Monday was just still. Let's start off on the daily time frame. Yippee. Let's remove everything from the chart so we can kind of get a glimpse. I noted on the weekly time frame, I am bullish. As of right now, based upon what the daily is doing, that may change. If we showcase a market structure shift back to the downside, then I have no choice but to be bearish on the week. However, on the daily, I stated how I was bullish to bearish. Originally, I was bullish. Price action came up, made that move, ended up retracing, or is this the right chart? Oh my gosh, it liquidated so much I didn't even realize. So price action ended up coming back up. What am I looking at? Market open. Yeah, market open right here. Okay, price action ended up sweeping off this low right here, coming back up. However, we did, and you'll see right here, have a hourly market structure shift to the downside, which signaled that we have high possibility and potential in order to be bearish. Our daily draw liquidity was right up here at this high, and sell side draw liquidity was here and here. You could see clearly took out our sell side draw liquidity because we were bearish. Going on to how we became bearish, we had an hourly imbalance right here. Once 4-hour close, we ended up also forming a 4-hour bearish for value gap, which we wanted to see validated. Price action made the move up, came up, swept out this high, but failed to displace with strength. That's what I don't think I uploaded the video yet, pertaining to how I went and dissected my full trade strategy on what to improve and where I need the last bits of how to tweak my trade strategy. But I'll end up uploading that, or re-record and upload it. Anyways, we came up here, failed to displace higher, ended up validating this 15-minute order block. It wasn't the exact validation we wanted to see. We wanted to see a heavy sell-off, a strong sell-off, but we didn't end up seeing that. However, we did end up seeing a 5-minute market structure shift. Upon that 5-minute market structure shift, price action came back down once more. I didn't like this 1-minute entry we could have gotten, and instead waited for 5-minute fair value gap to be formed, scaled down on the lower time frames. That is when, bam, boom, bop, right there we had this order block liquid from this micro time frame liquidity sweep. Market structure back to the downside. Price action came up, retrace, gave us our entry, ranged for a bit, came up, swept this out, chop, 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 came back down, edged us, came back up, swept this out, came back down, edged us, came back up, came back down, edged us, came back up. But we were following bearish market structure with lower highs and higher lows, so it did give us confidence that we would continue to the downside. But we did have times where it was like, if the market structure shifts back to the upside, that's game. So once price action made one more heavy move to the downside, I set my stop loss at break even right up here above this high, because usually I would be looking to get a scaled in trade position, and you guys probably seen that on the video too, and if not, then this was super later. Ended up plotting this out. This is something I would typically execute on if we were in New York Open, but we weren't, so didn't execute on it. We'll pass our trading time anyways. Had our SL above here, or yeah, had our SL above here at break even. and then price action absolutely liquidated to the downside. I don't know if it was news or what it was, but price action liquidated. Ended up accidentally adding a buy stop instead of a sell stop, and I didn't realize that, so it added on 5 more micros on the way down. So I had to manually exit everything. Typically I don't have a take profit unless I'm away from the chart, but this time I did, because I want to get used to being able to properly know which one's which. I'm pretty sure it's a sell stop if you're in, or it's a buy stop if you're in sells, sell stop if you're in buys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, in price action continue to liquidate the downside. Right now, what we are retracing for looks like the weekly fair value gap again. So we're going to see what price action was to continue to do tomorrow. However, that was today's trade. You could pause and read all of our notes on screen. I'll full screen this for you guys to see. This was earlier. In order to be bullish, when you see strong displacement above this high on 15, failure to displace lower when I wanted to see us go bearish, we ended up liquidating, having a huge quick sell-off right here on this candle. I thought this was going to be the push to TP. It wasn't. We liquidated very quickly, and as soon as I seen that, I typed this. You guys probably seen that in the time lapse. Then I seen this failure to displace lower when price action was up around here within this range. And then failing to displace lower, also failing to displace higher. So we weren't going anywhere, we were just consolidating. And then I wrote, in order to go lower, we need to displace below a specific 1 minute low, which we did obviously end up displacing below. So that's a full trade recap. What could we have done better? Our take profit, having had a proper buy stop and sell stop, and I guess I'll show the demo P&L because why not? Bam, right there. Our risk was $300, so it was a pretty significant risk reward. A little more than this because margin, super volatile during that time. But yeah, what could we have done better? Everything was absolutely perfect besides our take profit. I would have preferred to get taken out at that 1 to 2.16 risk reward than a 1 to 3.66, primarily because that is in the break of our rules, because it wasn't our actual draw of liquidity. Our actual draw liquidity, if we wanted to target lower, would have been here and then all the way down here. So at max it would have been around 1 to 3.17 risk reward, which is still a great risk reward, but nonetheless, that's all we could have done better. Overall, amazing trade position, patience, and yeah. So catch you guys later. Better go journal this one. Peace.